Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Kendall from Tasting the Heat, and I gotta tell you, I'm so excited about doing this because we are also doing this for Chilli Magazine. And the Chilli Magazine is a brand new magazine. It's out of the UK. It's everything for the chili enthusiasts. It's reviews, it's interviews. Anything and everything about spicy heat is in this magazine. I am the USA part of the magazine. I'm thrilled to death. And if you want to get in on Chilli Magazine, go to chillimagazine.co.uk. Be sure and go there, check out what's going on and all the wonderful things that they are doing. And hopefully, you'll see more and more of me on there because I'm doing my best to get this thing on the road. So I have known Johnny Scoville for many years now. I knew him when he first started and when he first got onto the scene when he started on Facebook. Super guy. I couldn't wait to interview him, to get him on the show. And I'm going to bring him on and for everybody to meet. And here he is, Johnny. Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
I couldn't be better. Kendall, how are you, my friend?
I am doing great, man. I am doing great. I am so thrilled to have you on as my first guest for the new show. And like I said earlier before you came on, you have been an inspiration for everybody out there since you came on the scene in, how many years has it been now?
A little over 3.
Wow.
We just celebrated our 3rd anniversary last week.
And that's crazy that all of this has happened in just 3 years.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was beyond my expectations. I never had any real goals when we set out to do this.
Now, what made you start all this? What was it that you said, okay, I'm going to do something in the spicy community?
I've always been a chili head since I can remember, since really way before I had a driver's license. So I've been doing that, chasing the heat forever. But a little over 3 years ago, I was watching a chili video, and it was hilarious. I was dying laughing watching this guy's reaction to a hot pepper. And I asked my daughter at the time, she was young. I said, "Come here, honey, watch this." And the second she sat next to me, the person started cursing really bad. And as quickly as I could, I reached for her to stop it. But I remember in that moment thinking, there's got to be a channel that families can watch that can be appropriate for everybody. I didn't walk, even though they were entertaining, I didn't walk away from that video thinking I want to eat that pepper, and I wanted to provide that, and I just wanted to grow the chili community. So that was really the motivation, and have fun.
Well, I tell you what, it has worked because your YouTube channel has blown up in 3 years. I mean, you're what, over 52,000 people following you?
Yeah, we currently are. It's amazing. Nobody's more surprised by it though than we are. That's the truth.
Well, I'm not surprised at all because everybody totally loves what you're doing. And whenever I go to these shows, everybody knows you. Everybody knows you from all over the place.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy feeling, like you said earlier, like little over 3 years ago, nobody knew who I was. And, it's been a mind bender, Kendall. It's been the strangest experience. I mean, it's the most humbling thing in the world when you have people that, like, if you look at what you're supposed to do to have a successful YouTube channel, my son and I do the channel together. We do none of those things. We don't edit. We have no music. There's no cutaways, no graphics. We just turn it on and turn it off. And for some reason it's working. So,
right.
We're very, very thankful. We're very, very, it's a humbling thing.
Now, last night you did a live stream, and I know you don't do them a lot, but every once in a while you do. What was last night's live stream about?
It was just for future trips. We've done. I've done 4 that were over 24 hours. I've done like 2 26-hour live streams, and they usually have a cause. A lot of it's really just to keep the channel going. At this point in the channel, even though we're blowing up, I don't make enough on YouTube to survive. So between YouTube, the merchandise we sell, the tubes of terror, all those things added up, and the live streams added up, we could sustain ourselves. But we have some beautiful things happening with the channel right now. They're going to really blow us up. And when that happens, things should be different.
Nice. Tell me from the very beginning. Now you watched the video, you got into, or you seen what someone else was doing. What made you think, hey, I can do that?
Boy, I thought exactly that. I thought, you know what? I can do that. It's not, he's turning the camera on. He was just being, you know what? There's so few that I just wanted people to want to eat more peppers. And I thought exactly the words you just said. I thought, you know what? This isn't rocket science. It's not like brain surgery. If he can do that, I can do that. And that was really it.
Right. Yeah. All right. Now I've got to ask, when you do these competitions or when you do these challenges, what do you do to prepare?
I get asked that a lot, to be really honest. Like for a small challenge, like the ones for my show, as long as I have something in my stomach, I'm okay. I don't have a specific routine because I know people who do. In a big competition, like I've gone against the Chili Queen 3 times for belt matches with League of Fire recently, and with those, you know, in one of them I ate 50 super hots in one competition and didn't win. In a competition where you're expected to eat volumes like that, I can't even eat a crouton before because that crouton is taking up space that a peppers should be. So for a big challenge, I don't prep at all. I just sit down and eat the peppers.
Wow. I've watched several of your competitions, like with the Chili Queen, and she is, in lack of a better word, a beast to go against.
She's something else, man. She, you know, 3 times now, she's really good friends of mine. I've stayed with her. We've been friends for years. But competing against her, I've watched her a lot of times. But when you compete against her, Kendall, she goes somewhere. She's sitting right next to you, but she's not there. She's special. I don't, when Justin went up against her in Belgium Newcastle for their belt match. I said to him the day before, I said, win, lose, or draw, I give you my word, she's going to bring out your best. She's a competitor, absolutely fierce. She has that extra gear, Kendall, where she's like, I'd rather die today in front of everybody than lose this pepper contest. I don't have that gear.
I watched this and it was so incredible because I know exactly what you're saying because I'm watching this and it's like she zones into this and she doesn't even flinch. She's just zoned right in and she doesn't move. I look at you and I look at the other contestants and you guys are sweating and you're well, I got a picture of you here. I got to put that up. This picture right here. You can see it. You are in pain. And it's not, you're not putting on, this is vein popping pain. And she's just sitting there. I'm okay.
I got to tell you how unnerving that is. Cause like you said, I'm blowing my nose every 5 seconds. There's veins in my neck are sticking out. I'm doing my imitation of a chameleon changing colors in front of you. And she's just sitting here rocking back and forth, eating the peppers like a rabbit. And it's just, when you're dying and she's over there just so calmly eating these things, it's so unnerving. I can't begin to tell you. Yeah, in fact, in one competition in Sacramento, we're sitting there eating pods together. I looked over at her. I said, where are you? I said, we're sitting right here, but where are you? You're not here. You're somewhere else. Are you on a beach? Where do you go? She's amazing. She's amazing.
Well, you definitely held the U.S. flag proud, my man, because everybody here was rooting for you. And will you go back up against her again? Is there anything in the future?
It's a small, I don't want to say fraternity, obviously, because there are women are at the top of the game, but it's a small group of people that are doing what we're doing at that level. I would imagine at some point she and I will have a rematch. The League of Fire has been wonderful. They're a new website out of the UK, started by Matt Tangent, and they're just throwing a spotlight on what we do. On their website, they have different categories for Tube of Terror and chocolate bars, and there's lots of different ways to get points. So it's super exciting. We've in just 2 months, League of Fire has had belt matches in 3 different countries. That's astonishing. So it's very, very exciting. We're going to go head to head again at some point, Kendall.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. Now, I just put a pin holding these chocolate bars. And tell me about the Tube of Terror and the chocolate bars and the other stuff that you have coming out.
I'll get one right now. We've got several things. I did a collaboration, a few, with Willie Peets, Brian Shirapi. He's a wonderful guy. That.
Yeah.
And we did 2 collaborations. We did the Chili Cherry Nightmare, which is a challenge bar. if you're buying it just to eat it, enjoy it. But if you're buying it for the challenge, you have to eat the entire bar in 10 minutes, no relief, nothing to drink. Then you have a 5-minute afterburn. And there's a white chocolate and a dark chocolate version. All they are is dark chocolate or white chocolate with dark cherries, black cherries, and Reapers. And there's about 18 Reapers per candy bar. So that was one thing. This is the other thing that we're very, very proud of. This is the Tube of Terror. Nice. And it's a collaboration I did with David Foy. And that was really something. We, came up with it. We wanted a challenge that was not going to be a pushover. And I think this is one of the rougher challenges out there. So it was just celebrated its 1 year. It's been out. And if you go on YouTube and type in Tube of Terror, there are videos from all over the world of people doing the Tubes of Terror. And it's just been wonderful. David Foy, by the way, David Foy is actually, we're launching in the next month or so, a little under a month, we're launching Chase the Heat hot sauce. And David Foy is my partner in that endeavor. And we're super excited. We have 2 sauces done in the bag that we'll be starting off with, and we'll be adding other sauces as we go.
Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations on that. That's beautiful. Okay, since I've been watching you and following you, it seems to be you are being invited all over the world, different countries, to do different things in different countries. Tell me how many different countries you've been in, and what do you do when you're there?
So it's great. It sort of evolved absolutely by accident. I mean, I got a call one day from Ponchit Unreal from the Philippines. He says, will you come you're our guest, or if we'd like you to be our guest, will you come if we pay your way? And I went, yeah. So we went there. And the second we did, Australia was like, well, you can't just show them love. So then I ended up going to Australia. And then we went to Perth and Sydney. And then you know how New Zealand has this battle with Australia. They're like, no way, mate. You're not going to just give them the love. So we've been to the Philippines twice. We've been to Perth, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Auckland, New Zealand. I've been to London twice. We've been to Belgium. We had a quick stop in France. We did some reviews on the beaches of Dunkirk. We're getting ready to go to Cape Town, South Africa in February. We're eyeing Italy. There's a lot of countries that want us to visit. So it's just now it's really funny, Kendall. The first year it was just reviews and challenges. And then it's kind of evolved into kind of a travel thing. We've eaten just about every hot pepper there is and lots of sauces. So now what it is where are we going to review these peppers and sauces?
Right.
So cool locations. We did it at Stonehenge. We did it at the Belfort Tower in Bruges. We did it in the town square in Bruges, on the beaches of Dunkirk. So it's just really cool locations, and we're just having fun. It's hard to believe this is my life now.
That's fantastic. Now, do you think this is going to get to the point where you won't have to do anything else, where this Chilli, the channel and the Chilli world is going to support you any place and do this full time?
Well, we're doing it full time now. So we're actually, I left my full-time job about 10 months ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a wonderful friend of mine who I was working for, and he was very understanding. He still watches the show, but we do this now full time. And we were talking the other day. We have subscribers in every country in the world. We could just about pick any country and go to it. So now we're just, it's kind of hard to believe. We pinch ourselves a lot. Junior was with me. My son does the channel with me full time, and we were standing on the beaches of Dunkirk, and he looked at me and goes, "How did this happen?" And I looked at him and said, "I don't really know. Let's just keep having fun and keep doing what we do." So we're very fortunate.
That's just awesome. I'm loving it. Now, what is the hardest challenge that you've ever had to do?
There's been so many, Kendall. It's almost hard to narrow it down. On a couple occasions, I drank an entire vial of plutonium 9 million Scoville extract.
I remember that.
Those were really damaging. I would never, ever advise anybody to do that. I attempted to drink an entire case of Fear This hot sauce from Hellfire.
You hit it in a bowl.
Yeah, I put it in a bowl. I did it with a big spoon. I got through about 8 bottles. That was horrific. I ate 21 grams of dried chocolate bootla flakes, like cornflakes. That was horrible. I ate 3 tubes of terror back to back, which was devastating. But you know what? Honestly, one of the more horrific ones was the last skydive I did in July. I jumped out of a plane here in Tahoe, and I ate 10 Carolina Reapers during the skydive, 5 during the free fall, and then 5 more once when the chute opened. And even though I'm not a skydiver, that was like horrific to me. It's not one of my videos that's even that popular, hasn't even taken off. But I'm super proud of that because I'm doing something I wasn't comfortable with, the skydiving thing, and I had to be aware of the camera the whole time. And it was just, that was surreal for me.
Now people can see that on your YouTube channel, correct?
That's on my channel. Oddly enough, it's we were selected to be on a documentary. I'm not signed an NDA. I'm not allowed to say what where it's going to be aired, but it's on one of the world's largest streaming platforms. And it's going to be, they filmed that skydive, and that's going to appear in the special. And that's going to be really exciting to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Too cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, if you have you thought about another challenge that you want to do, or something that you want to do next to take it to another level, or something that you've already ever thought about that you want to like blow everybody away with?
Yeah, Junior and I have got something planned for the 100,000 subscriber. When we hit that, we're doing something that is, I love doing first, things that nobody's done. You know,
Right.
That's exciting for me. Like the skydive thing, nobody had done that. I did it twice now. But we got something planned for 100,000 that is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't tell you what it's going to be because we're going to kind of surprise people with it. But you want to talk about taking it to a new level. It really, really is. We can't wait for it. We got a bunch of other ones. We thought about doing it like walking across coals and eating peppers, or we've thought about a lot of things. That's one of the things you do is trying to come up with fresh content because we upload a couple videos a day. So
now. You keep on saying Junior. Now, is he going to be a permanent fixture in the channel?
You bet. It's a funny thing. He was with me. He was living with me. We split the time up because his mom and I are not married anymore. So when I started the channel, he was with me. And we were in the kitchen one day, and he said, people that subscribe sounds bad. I don't like the word subscriber because I think of the word sub, I think of subordinate. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? So what we say, you're part of the family. So that day, early on, I think the first or second video, Junior says we should call it the Scoville Squad, and that has stuck. So He is, and now he's a full-time fixture. He went with me to Belgium, France, and Newcastle and London. So he's now a full-time fixture. He loves it. He's having a good time working with his dad. So it's, when he was young, he was about 10. He comes to his mom and I, and he goes, "I want to have a YouTube channel." And at that time, we we're like, "No, it's ridiculous." And and that's all he wanted to be, was a YouTuber. This kid was in high school 3 months ago, and since he graduated high school, he's been to 3 countries, and so he's very excited, and he's definitely a permanent fixture. He's actually going to be jumping out of a plane in New Zealand, and he's going to be eating a pepper during the skydive for his first jump. So he's got a lot of heart.
Does he have the same heat tolerance, or is it going to be better than yours?
He's early in his career. He's definitely building. His tolerance is building quickly, but he's got a way to go before he's at my level. But I think that's a really cool part of the show, because people are seeing, when they watch videos now, they're seeing 2 different tolerances handling the same item or the same pepper. That's
Yeah, I've heard that several times about when I do something like that, is because then we get to see what it's like for the normal human being, not the superhumans like you, eat something hot.
Well, it's funny. I got to tell you, when I first started the channel 3 years ago, Kendall, there wasn't anybody doing the things that I'm doing. And there really wasn't. There were a few guys, but they kind of gone inactive. But it was relatively mild. There was nothing going on. And now Tom McManus, Dustin Johnson just ate 122 Carolina Reapers in one sitting. You've got Jahina Wasim. She's eaten 51 Reapers in one sitting. You've got guys like Justin Rommel, and there's a bunch. What's happening now is these big figures are popping up. All of Jack Pepper in Italy. Every country's got their superstar, and it's really starting to heat up. And with League of Fire, the future is just phenomenal. It's so exciting right now because it's trending. Peppers are trending. Let me give you a really exciting example, Kendall. There's a WWE wrestler named the Big Guy, Ryback. He's like 6'3", about 290. Turns out he's a chili head. And about maybe a month ago, he mentioned us in one of his videos. said he wanted to get to my level. So I messaged him and said, let's do something. So on the 5th of November, Junior and I are going to Vegas, and we're shooting a collab with Ryback from the WWE. So all kind of we're going so mainstream. You know, if you walk down the grocery store aisle and look at snacks and potato chips,
right,
years ago, you might find a bag that said jalapeno on it. Now you're finding ghost chips, Reaper chips, all over the place. It's really becoming something big now. I think we're just, you know, even though it's been around for a long time, I still feel it to a degree. We're at the ground floor of something special.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the reasons why people are drawn to what you're doing is not only is it entertaining, they're seeing different stuff, but it's opening up new horizons for them to look at and for them to do. You're kind of like opening the door to a lot of people who's never done any of this before.
You know, it's really funny. We get a lot of we have such a cross section of people that are part of our show, part of the family. We have people that they range from kids that they don't even have double digits in their years yet to people in their 80s. But in every country, and I'll tell you something, there's that common thread that weaves through it all. But we have some people, so many people that don't even eat hot stuff at all that watch the channel. And we constantly are getting these messages saying, I never ever ate anything hot. I ate a jalapeno the other day, and now I'm into it. We get that all the time. And that's so exciting because it's fun, it's healthy, and it opens up a world of great taste and flavor.
Yeah, and you're not hurting anybody. It's just fun. Now,
exactly.
What have you seen change since you began? Now, you mentioned you're seeing more and more people come into it, but there's got to be something that with all the people that you've met along the way in the industry, what have you seen change or what have you seen stay the same?
That's a beautiful question. God, I love that question, Kendall. You know, I've seen more excitement. I've seen the Facebook groups for Chili's. There must be hundreds. It's so vibrant right now. And like I said, when I started, like we do everything different. We don't edit, like I mentioned. We don't do any music. Everybody has always been doing that. And ever since we started our channel, there's every week somebody will say, "Hey, I just started our channel. You're such an inspiration. Will you check it out?" And I watch them all. And what I'm seeing now is people getting away from the editing and there are so many people that are just delivering raw content. And I think that's what I'm seeing more of. But, you know, it's like, you know, to a degree, someone mentioned the other day, I don't remember where we were. I was doing an interview with somebody and they said, you kind of create your own competition, don't you? And we never have ever seen it as competition. If the pie could never grow, maybe we would feel that way, but the pie gets bigger every single day. And how much of the slice do you want? Everybody does reviews a little differently. People ask me all the time, advice. All I say is be yourself, have fun. If you're having fun in your videos, people will have fun watching. And that's it.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you because there's so many people that, well, not so many, but there's some out there that it's put on or it's kind of like tribed a little bit. And it's not fun. You want to see real stuff. It's like bad acting.
Oh yeah, you know what? We get a lot. This is a beautiful comment that happens. I've got it in almost every country I've visited so far. They'll say you're exactly what you are on your videos, and I love that because authenticity, and being genuine to us, to my son and I, are the most crucial thing. And I've had the occasion since I've been in the Chilli community, maybe once or twice, to meet somebody that was absolutely the opposite, through and through, of what I thought they were going to be. And that was a blow to me. It was devastating. But so when people say to me that I'm exactly what they thought, we could never act. We don't put on a persona. We're just really who we are.
That's the first thing we said to each other when we ran into each other in New York. You're exactly what.
Exactly. I remember, Kendall, that was such a moment. I was with Desiree. We were walking up to the party that was on the roof for Hedonist. And the door opened up, and you and Merle, and there was one other. I can't remember who it was, but you guys walked out the door, and it was just like immediate hugs. And that's the thing that's so special. You felt this, Kendall, because you and I have discussed this. When we go to a Chilli convention, whether it's in a different country where people may not be speaking the language or a way that we can understand, whether it's in America, I swear to you, it feels like a family reunion where you're me and someone say, "Hey, dude, this is your cousin Kendall. You haven't met him yet," and it's just instant family. And when Junior and I just got back from this trip, I said, have you ever been hugged by more men that told you they loved you in your life? Everybody, it's the most loving, the most amazing community. The only time I've ever felt anything like this, believe it or not, was back in the day where I used to go to Dead shows a lot. At a Dead show, even though you're there for music, it's that same vibe, that same family vibe. And it's just, it doesn't matter what country you're in. It's, I swear to you, it's level every single time. It's the same thing. It's so beautiful.
That's a great analogy, because that the Dead community is like that. It's like one big family. How about that? Because
really,
every place we go, everybody, if they know you, they want to say hi. They want to be a part of it.
I mean, Kendall, when into the New York convention, first year I met you, how many hugs did you get from people over the weekend? 1,000. It's just the most loving, accepting, wonderful thing, and nobody looks down your nose. You know, we started Chase the Heat. We picked the name Chase the Heat. Everybody marches the beat of their own drummer, and everybody chases the heat their own way as well. We never look down our nose at anybody. If a cayenne pepper burns you, it's okay. You're still chasing the heat. And there's no judgment. Everybody's welcome. It's just a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing to be a part of. I'm telling you, it's hard to believe.
Now, I guess I got to ask you, because I've been asked this recently, and it kind of threw me off. So I'm going to throw the question to you too.
What is your favorite hot pepper?
Wow. Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time I've been asked that question, I'd be living in a big mansion. If I had to pick one, believe it or not, I'd probably just pick the ghost pepper. I love the flavor of it. I love the burn. I really, really have a passion for yellow super hot pods. They taste more fruity to me and more citrus-like. But, you remember the song, If You Can't Be With the One You Love, Kendall, you love the one you're with?
Right.
I'm weird. If whatever pepper I'm eating, whatever sauce I'm eating, if I've picked the right sauce for a given meal, in that moment, that's my favorite sauce in the world. And I'm like that with peppers as well,
I agree. It's almost like, even at a restaurant, what can I, if I don't have a hot sauce with me, I say, well, what do you have? Well, we only have Tabasco. Well, you know what? That'll have to do.
That'll work. Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm not a sauce snob. Have you? There are some sauce snobs in the community. You start eating sauce from small craft makers, and then you start thinking, you look down your nose. There's some wonderful, wonderful sauces that are on shelves in every store. They're there for a reason. They didn't get there by accident.
Absolutely.
In fact, you mentioned Tabasco. Tabasco Original was my gateway sauce. That's what got me into this whole thing.
Oh yeah, same with me. It was like, what did I've been asked that many times. What did you do to get started? Well, Dad had Tabasco. He had these jar of hot peppers and hot cauliflower and stuff. I ate them as a kid, and it was like so exciting to eat. And that just snowballed, and you're right. It's almost like a gateway drug,
It really is. That's why I call it the gateway. It's like the gateway pepper is your jalapeno. That's what starts their journey. But it's really funny because some people will eat a hot pepper and go, "That's it. I'll never do it again." But there are other people that eat a hot pepper, burn themselves silly, and the next day they want another hot pepper.
Oh yeah, Do you find yourself, if it's been a day without something like a hot sauce or a pepper or something, that you find yourself looking for something to eat just to add some heat to it?
Yeah, we do. To be really honest, the only time I have meals that aren't spicy are on airplanes usually. Every meal I have has got spice on it at some point. But if I'm ever stuck someplace, I definitely crave it. I absolutely crave it. It's a great pain reliever. It boosts your metabolism and increases it boosts your immune system. There's more vitamin C, Kendall, in one pepper than there is in 3 California oranges. That's special.
Yeah, it is. And have you found yourself to be much more healthy since you've done this?
For the most part, absolutely. Yeah, I've had a couple. The last cold I got actually was in London. We went there, and for the entire 2 weeks we were there, essentially it rained. So I got a little bit of a head cold there. But as far as being sick, I haven't been since I started the channel.
Where do you see the channel and you in, let's say, another 10 years?
wow, man, I can't fathom what's going to happen in 2 weeks, let alone 10 years. I feel like I'm on a bus and it's going somewhere fast, but I'm not steering it. This thing has sort of taken on a life of its own. And, 4 times since we've started the channel, I've been approached by people who want to do, like producers, who want to do a show on the Food Network channel or do a show on the Travel channel based on what we do. So, one time it stuck. We got a documentary we're appearing in this summer. Or spring maybe. I also have another. I mean, so who knows? I mean, we never know where this is going. All I know is we're in it. All of our chips, man, are in the middle, and we're committed to this thing. I think I can't see quitting, Kendall. I'm having so much fun doing this. It doesn't feel like work. I mean, how would anybody want to quit this? You're loved by people that what I struggle with. This is the truth, Kendall. The biggest thing I struggle with this entire channel is the love and the adoration that we get from people is so disproportionate to what we give them in order to receive that. We give our best and we love we love the family, we really do, but the generosity and the love that we get feels so disproportionate. I don't feel worthy of any of it. And I swear to you, I'm not just saying that. I struggle with that so bad. I'm better with it now. The first year the channel started, Desiree Donovan has been very helpful with the channel since the beginning. You've met her.
Yes.
There were times early on where somebody would write me a comment saying, I quit drinking because of you. And your channel means so much to me. And I would just call her bawling because I just didn't feel worthy of any of it. And I'm starting to get better at it, but it's still really, really heavy. And the bigger the family gets, the more of a responsibility I feel. I could never just walk away from this tomorrow. I'd be laying down so many people who watch the show every day. And it would be like, I feel an awesome sense of responsibility to them all.
That's beautiful. That is awesome. Now, I have to tell you, I've truly enjoy every time we get together. I've been looking forward to doing this and getting it on Chilli Magazine. And I just want to thank you so very much for taking time out with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You felt like a brother since the first time those elevator doors opened. Any brush with Kendall Stadler's, you're going to walk away a winner. So thank you for letting me be a part of this. It's an honor to be your first interview here. Keep doing what you're doing, because since the moment I met you, you were the ambassador for this whole thing that we're doing. And, everybody looks up to you. So keep it up. I love you.
Thank you. Love you back, buddy. Hold on right there. I'm going to sign off, and I'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in here. Check out all the interviews and everything on Chilli Magazine, and that is right over here at chillimagazine.co.uk. And keep watching the Tasting the Heat YouTube channel so that you can see exactly what's going on in the area. And all my interviews, everybody out there, keep it spicy, keep it hot, and keep tasting the heat. Good night. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.